What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a daily news show, and welcome back to what resembles actually some sort of banter era. Not saying it is, but what happened post game with Vlahovic and the fans, and what Mota had to say post game as well. You can only link to banter era because I've literally seen the same things and the same things said by people by persons at a club that was going through a banter era like Milan. I've seen these type of things in these type of clubs when these clubs were just laughing stocks. And I'm not saying it is, but what happened post game is extremely worrying. From what Mota had to say to what happened post game is just bad. But before we talk about that, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification. So post game, really quickly, what I want to say is I don't know what the things that have been said. From the video that's out there, I've not heard anything shocking from the videos I've seen. Maybe new videos come out, and things were said to Vlahovic that are absolutely unacceptable. Then I understand Vlahovic's reaction. But from the videos I've seen, the only thing people have said is basically, "What the f do you want?" Because when he was going through to the fans, with the players, it started before that because he made some gestures to the fans, and the fans reacted saying, "What the f do you want? Shut up!" Basically, come here and talk to us. So if I missed something, I apologize. And obviously, if things have been said that's unacceptable, then obviously Vlahovic has every right to react. But from the videos out there, he started it basically, and the fans were saying, "What the f do you want?" Because right now, I've said it many times, if I go to the stadium, when people are booing mid-game, first half, so on, I don't agree. I've said it many times. It's still 45 minutes. How bad it is, I will go there and I will support the team. Post-game, I understand fans being pissed and wanting basically an answer. And what I do like about Danilo post game, the media try to trick Danilo into saying, "Why the hell do you go to the fans to apologize?" And Danilo was perfect in his answer and said, "This is how it is. This is the culture of the country. Basically, that's how these things work here, and you need to respect that." The media tried to trick Danilo, and I applaud him because he said, "No, like, I'm the captain. That's the tradition here. You always go to the fans, win or lose, and you listen to them." And he said, "As long as I'm the captain, that's going to be the case. If I'm gone and somebody else decide not to do that, which is not going to happen because that's a culture of that country. The way they do things. And if you don't like it, you don't like it, but you're going to go out there and you're going to stand in front of these stands. You're not going to argue with that." Like, Vlahovic was arguing when he was walking to the fans, and I was like, the result is embarrassing. The results have been pathetic. The performances have been shocking. Like, there's no way you can go to the fans and actually have a go at the fans. They have every right, like Mota said, to be upset. Like Danilo said, they have every right to not be happy with the things are going, because you're not drawing games, like I said, against top teams. You're drawing games against bang average football sides, and we look like an average football side as well out there. That's why the fans are pissed. You're 9 points or 10 points off the top. I don't know what it is. Is it 9? Is it 10? Forget about that. You're 8, 7 points away from a top 4 spot right now, and you haven't played anyone really, basically, in the result, like the drop results. You haven't played anyone basically. Like, that's the mad thing. So again, I don't know if Vlahovic got insulted with something racist. I've not seen a video where that happened. If that's the case, then I understand Vlahovic 100%. But in general, there's no leader in the squad. There's nobody actually stepping up, as well as the management. Like, in these moments, you expect management to speak. You expect Scanavino, Ferrero. To this day, I still think they're made up persons. We don't hear from them. We don't know who they are. We don't even know, like, they know nothing about football. Like, if you look at their background, they got dropped there to clean up the mess, basically, and it's still a mess right now. it's still a mess. You don't hear from them, and maybe good because what the hell they're gonna say is probably not gonna help as well because they don't have experience in like in operating a football club. They don't, so they have no clue how to react in this situation. It's gonna come down to Giuntoli and Motta to steer the ship in some sort of good direction, basically because like there are no leaders in the squad. They don't know, they don't understand what it means playing for this club. That's one. Two, the players that should be leaders, that should be, taking this team by hand, like a Colt Miners and so on. They're not doing that at all. And post game, you have Mota saying, "It's my fault. Colt Miners is playing well because I'm putting in that position." Like, and when Mota comes out and he said, "We don't need to look at the standings right now," and I agree with that in terms of like, forget about the standings. You need to focus on a performance right now. Like you can, like the standings is worrying, and you should be worrying, and you should be looking at it. But the performance should be better. You can look at the standings every single day. If the performances are not going to improve, the standings are pointless. The performances need to get better. They do need to get better, obviously, but for the first time, maybe for the second time, but especially now, let's say for the first time, I listened to Mota's presser, and my conclusion was he doesn't know how to fix it. Like he has no idea because he cannot put his finger on the problem. Maybe nobody can, but he's been paid to put his finger on the problem and say, you know what, it's this. This is not working. We need to work on this. Like if you listen to his pressers, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He talks about many things. He talks about players can play multiple positions, but they're not performing in any position. Yes, we do not create chances. We get that, but it's not a player is missing. A lot of things are missing. There's no cohesions. There's no overlap. It's slow. It's predictable. There's no runs behind the defense. Just pull away a player. There's no creativity. It's easy. It's safe. It's a lot of backwards passing. Like there's so many issues, and he clearly cannot identify. So what's happening now is not going to change overnight. I think that's now extremely obvious. You beat Man City, you play against one of the worst teams this league has ever seen, and that's the performance you put in. It's lackluster. He said after a goal, like, we stopped playing. Like he said, he stopped playing. He said it, and that's not good. I have a feeling that, like I said, we will be ready to play Fiorentina at home. We will be ready to be focused, quote unquote, for 90 minutes in that game because you play a good team. We will be ready. We will be focused. It's Monza. We won't be focused for that game. These players cannot get focused for 90 minutes. They can't. They just absolutely cannot. They switch off, and with switch off, it's you have the ball, but you do absolutely nothing with that, excuse me, and you have a feeling, like everybody was watching that game, and around minute 60, I think everybody had a feeling this is going south. Like this is not gonna last. At one point, there will be a chance here and there, and we got away with it. Forget about the point. It doesn't mean anything right now. Like points don't mean anything. I'd rather have lost 3 games this season and won 4 more. That will be more beneficial for us. I don't care that we're unbeaten. Like we have serious problems, and what happened post game kind of reflects that. There's no leaders, there's no control. It's all over the place. It's not as a unit. The message post game was like, okay, we need to stay united for the good of Juve. Fine, but when these things happen post game, it's not gonna happen. Like for that fan base behind that goal, Vlahovic has done. It's done. For Vlahovic, it's done. Like it's not gonna come good with Vlahovic, between Vlahovic and that part of the fan base. It's not gonna work, and it's gonna get worse on the pitch, performance wise. If he doesn't play well the first 10 minutes, even the fans like behind the goal, that curva, who only complains post game, not during the game. They will cheer on during the game. It's gonna get bad for Vlahovic because what happened post game, it's gonna reflect, like they're gonna make their feelings hurt during the game for Vlahovic. So like I said, I've seen these situations with clubs literally going to a banter era because there's proof out there they went to a banter era. We've all seen it. We've all seen these signs. Something drastically needs to change, especially in the mindset. Obviously, Vlahovic, excuse me, Motta needs to do his job, and tactically, adjust many things because it's not working. But the mindset of going up one goal and then just having the ball, but just doing absolutely not even sitting back like last season, it's the same result. Last season we sat back. This season we keep the ball, but we cannot do anything with that. That's on Mota. That's on Mota to fix. The focus aspect, maybe also on Mota, but also on the players. Like you cannot get up for a big game and then it's Venezia and you're not ready. Like that also needs to come from the players. Just be up for the game, and we're not up for those games. So right now, it's a mess and it's ugly. Like it's really really ugly. I think this had no like people had doubts, which is fair. People had high hopes, which is still fair because like you can have hopes for multiple seasons, you know, and you think something will be flourishing not this season but next season, whatever. But this scenario, I think nobody expected because like the weird part is it's not that we are losing games week in week out. We're just not winning games against very bad teams, and then post game, it's all drama. It's all drama, and you have Mota saying things where I'm like, it doesn't sound like you have any solutions right now. So that's extremely worrying, you know. But let me know in the comments what you think about that entire situation. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later tonight for a live show. Ciao.